Hi guys, this is Sadir from Redmond.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to force 120Hz refresh rate across all the time on any Android phone. So earlier I made a video and a guide regarding how to get this job done using the ADB command, but the ADB command does not tend to work across all the times and also does not work for all the phones. So now I'll show you how to get this job done via the Shizuku app in combination with the System UI Tuner. For the unaware, this app is required to unlock many hidden Android features on your phone. So we will now take this app help to get the job done. So let's get started. First off, download all the 4 apps, the Shizuku System UI Tuner, its add-on, and the install with options. Once you have got hold of both or the 4 apps, as of now you have to install the first, the second and the fourth app. Do not install the add-on as of now, please skip that. Only install the Shizuku UI Tuner and the install with option. So let me get this job done as well. I am doing everything from scratch. So let's install the install with options. Then after that we have to just tap on done. Shizuku, install this as well, and finally install the UI Tuner app. Do not install the UI Tuner add-on. I'm again repeating, only install these 3 apps and then do not launch any of these apps as well. Once you have installed all the 3 apps, now you have to turn on or enable the disable permission control from the developer options. So go to the settings menu on your phone, about phone, and tap on build number or version number 7 times. This will enable developer options. Now go back, then go to system, and you should now see developer options. Go there and scroll down all the way. This option is usually there on Realme, Oppo and OnePlus phones. So if you have that phone, then go there and enable the feature of disable permission monitoring. Once that is done, let's now move ahead with the next step. So now you have to install the System UI Tuner app on your phone. So and now launch the app. This is the UI Tuner app. Launch it and tap next. Scroll all the way down. This is important, or else you will not be able to go ahead, as you could see. So scrolling the down for the TNC, we have read all the TNC. This takes some time, but we have no other options. Once that is done, hit the next button, and now you have to again hit next, and now you have to give it the ADB command request. So what you have to do is, for that, download the platform tool folder onto your PC, extract them, and you will get all these files. Once that is done, open the CMD window here inside the platform tools. And now you have to type in the following 3 commands. This is the first command, copy it and paste it here. This is the second command, let's do that as well. And this is the third command, copy paste this as well. Once you have pasted all the 3 commands, you will see that over here the option of grant will be changed. And let's verify it once again. Once you've given all the 3 permissions, if you now go to the next section, you will see security successfully given the permission. So it has now got the ADB permission. This is very important. So for ADB to require to work, you will have to give it these 3 permission. Once you have done, hit the next button, and then you would see that it has got the permission. Now go to next step and system alert window, tap on grant, give it from here, and this is the for the app of UI Tuner. Go there, enable the toggle. Now there is a UI bug with this. Even if you enable the toggle over here, it's again showing as grant. There is no change in that. So it's not a cause of concern, simply skip that. Just verify that you have already enabled it over here, as you could see. So moving on, tap on next, and next one is for the notification. It's completely optional. Let me allow it anyways. Again next, and with this we are now done. So minimize the app. Once that is done, your next course of action is to install and set up the Shizuku app onto your phone. So once you install the Shizuku app, make sure to re-enable USB debugging, or rather the developer options as well. So make sure that it is enabled, the developer options is enabled. If that's well and good, now launch the Shizuku app onto your phone, tap on pairing, enable notification option for that. Once that is done, go back and now tap on developer options, and from here go to the wireless debugging and enable it. Tap on allow. Now tap on wireless debugging, pair device with pairing code, and type this code in the Shizuku prompt that appears. So in my case it's 144660. Hit enter, and pairing is now successful. Let's go back to the Shizuku app. Now go back once again and tap on start. The Shizuku app will now start in around 4 to 5 seconds. So let's wait for that to happen. As you could see, it's now running in ADB mode. It's given over here in the top front section, running in ADB mode. So once that is done, you may minimize the Shizuku app as well. After that, launch the install with options, which is over here, and now tap on allow all the time. It's from the Shizuku access. Tap on allow, and now you have to check mark the two options, allow test and the replace existing. So allow test is over here and replace existing over here. Now tap on choose files, and now you have to choose the add-on file. This is the system UI add-on file. Choose it, tap on install, and the add-on will now be installed. You might get a prompt from the place Google Play Protect. Just tap on more details, installed anyway, and the app is now installed. This is extremely important. Make sure that you are getting the install complete message. If that's well and good, tap on OK, and now you have to launch the System UI Tuner app. So this is the UI Tuner app. Launch it, tap on continue, and okay, now go back. With this we are done with. Tap on check mark, and from here you have to now tap on advanced, then write custom settings, change global to system, and in the key section you have to now write peak refresh rate. So PEAK, then underscore as well next to each word, peak refresh, again underscore rate, and in the value you have to type in the value 1 and tap on apply. You will again get a Shidoku prompt. Tap on allow all the time, then tap on apply, then tap on keep, finally tap on OK as well. And with this it has got these settings as well. Just to verify, what you could do is tap on read custom setting, and let's read a setting of system value and type in the key peak refresh rate. We are just verifying it, the value whether it's there on the system or not. And as you could see, the value 1 is now shown. So this means the value has been overwritten in the system, and now we are good to go ahead. So once everything is done, let's now verify whether we have got the 120 Hz or not. So go to the settings menu, search for refresh rate, and in the developer options you will get the option of show refresh rate. Go there, enable this toggle, and you could see we have now got 120 Hz across each and every section of the phone. Even if you launch any app, if you go to the Google Chrome, and let's say we are simply browsing any website, then also you will always get 120 Hz, as you could see over here. So this 120 Hz will remain throughout the section of any browsing history, whether you are using YouTube or opening Play Store or doing anything whatsoever. This 120 Hz will stay there forever. So guys, this was all from this video on how you could get 120 Hz across all the sections, all the apps forever. Just keep in mind that this will lead to additional battery drainage as well, quite a lot of battery drainage. So if that is all well and good, then you could carry out this tweak. And with that in mind, let's round up the video. If you have any query with regard to any of the steps, do let me know in the comment section. And finally, you may, if you want, you may also remove the Shidoku app because the task is now complete. Since it is a non-root method, there is just one drawback, and that is the method will get paused as soon as the phone undergoes a reboot. So you again have to launch this app, the System UI Tuner app, and again you have to write the setting over here. You will have to do that every time the phone reboots because it's a non-root method, and in non-root the value gets removed as soon as the phone undergoes a reboot. So that is just one drawback of this. But apart from that, every time you will carry out the tweak, it should work across all the phones, across all the apps as well. As you could see, even in the home screen it's currently 120 Hz without any issue whatsoever. So guys, on that note, I round up this video, and thanks a lot for watching.